Hope everyone can see my screen. So first of all, any doubt from previous session on the SQL part that we learned last day? Yeah, hopefully no. So today, we are almost, end of the lessons of sequels. So maybe if anything left, you can quickly cover tomorrow's session, and tomorrow onwards we'll be starting Python classes. Python on top of, basic Python we should be started first for 1 or 2 days, just for basic all type of data types and all. Then based on data engineers, we'll be learning some particular libraries which are being used for data engineers only, just like Python, NumPy, and all. So that should be on tomorrow's session. Let's cover it. I'll be just targeting to cover everything sequence today only. Okay. So, but if there is any stuck point or anything, I mean, there is hard to understand, or if there is such thing, then you can quickly ask me. Okay. So, the first concept, I'll be just trying to set the concept of dummy table. Okay. So, dummy table, why it is, called dummy table, and of what particular thing is this? So, as of now, we are checking over here, we are storing the data inside a particular table only. Okay. But dummy table, if we just want to have a quick calculation, okay, some particular developers is doing some calculations to extract some first day of the month from the current date or just like this. Then he or she should not just go ahead with creating a table storing the data and all. Maybe some analytics or some complex calculation is there. Particular developers need to be implemented on top of some tables or query. So no need to create a separate table. He or she can quickly go ahead with the dummy table. So how this is looks like, just like let me select in this way. Select to dual. Dual is the dummy table name over here. We can get return of 2. Just like any kind of operation, mathematical operation, we can also see there might be have some limitation. Let me show you. This kind of analytical thing as well. The summation, plus, minus, any kind of stuffs. Not only this, lots of date function as well. Even if we remove that kind of stuffs, by default, it's storing the data in the dual as well. You can directly select the particular stuffs. Okay, it should be working. Mathematical function, just like I have a date function with myself, just like this one, current date. Current date is a date function where it should be returning the system date. No need to put any table name over here. It will be automatically taking current date value. There is another function which will be taking current date timestamp as well. So this kind of stuffs uh, we need to, for developer side, if there is any complex or any kind of analytical function we need to implement on top of any columns or any other functionality on top of any particular object. If this is feasible, we can quickly test it on top of dual table. Okay, then we can implement the same as per our requirement. We also put from dual, but dual is not a table over here. It's a dummy table having a single column and single row for just for this kind of purposes. Okay, okay. Going to the next topic, date functions. So far we haven't, started with any kind of date data type as of now. Let me just introduce on date data type. Let me introduce a date of birth kind of thing over here. So for any kind of databases, there is a default date format. Okay. So let me show you. I mean, for MySQL, what is the date format? It should be YYYYMMDD. Okay. If you're just going ahead with MS SQL Server in any kind of your project, then that should be uh, not sure. Uh, nope. Mon MMM. Okay. That should be in character form, just like J and Jan, then date, then year. I'm assuming so. Let me check. But each of the database is following a default date format that can be modified as well from the settings part. But from the inbuilt thing, this is the default one. For MySQL, this is the default one. So if I'm trying to enter this kind of date in a date data type, then there'll be no issue. But if I'm changing the date data type with a different format, then it will be throwing an error. Okay, because we are trying to enter a string. I mean, if we are just changing the format, it will be calculated as a string or varchar format. So if I'm trying to enter a varchar inside a string, inside a date data type, it should be throwing an error. Okay, so this kind of thing we need to aware of. Okay, but there is lots of option. Suppose we have a different format, just like this format. DD first, then MM. We have, this is a character. This should be treated as character in this database, MySQL database. Okay. So if we just want to store the same thing over here, we can put some date conversion function on top of that, and we can get entry into date data type in MySQL. Let me quickly go through with some hands-on experience over here, and let me add some extra column. Alter. Okay, DOB means date of birth. Let me update the first one. Update table. I'm updating this one or two cells. Update student set DOB in this format. Uh, I need to put a where clause. Otherwise, if I do not put where clause, the same question seconds coming. It should be updating everyone's date of birth. Okay. First name. Okay. So simple. The normal date of birth is this, and this is a date data type. Okay. So date data type. Right. Uh, Let me pull one or more just for our example or anything. Like 16. Fine. We have updated 3. Now let's have some date related functions. So we have that kind of functions. We have some inbuilt functions in each of the databases. Just like, already we have gone through the concatenate functions that should be operated on top of strings. Okay. So if we are using strings, concatenate function on top of string, it should be appended or merged. What parameter I'll be passing, that should be merged one by one. Okay. So the same kind of thing there is lots of functions just like day, month, year, day. I mean, if I just on top of the date of birth, if I just extract day, then it should be returning the particular day. Let me show you quickly. Let me put on top of select. Okay, this kind of stuff you never I think also checked it. Star, then comma. Star means it will be reflecting all the columns, comma, date, DOB. Okay, this can let me quickly show you once more thing. Okay, start. Then I'm putting class again. Then class should be printed extra. No, it's the features is not working. Okay, from my Mr. Font, sorry, from my bad. Okay, so everything has been printed. Again, I have printed class. Okay, this way we can print it as per our own way. So I think I forgot this thing to tell you earlier. But I mean, as much as you are familiar the thing, as you are in onboarded in any project, you will be learning the thing much more. But I mean, whatever I can remember that this is missed, I can quickly show you. Okay. So let me put some functions. Day on top of DOB, then month or year. Okay. So this kind of functions we can implement on top of date data type. Okay. So hopefully there is no issue to understanding. So it's the same kind of stuff, date difference that should be helping us. If there is two particular date, then we can get the date difference. So I can use a dummy table for using that thing. Select, suppose I have a date. Uh, okay, I need to calculate the age. Yeah, this is a good example. I need to calculate the age, or I need to calculate the date difference of the current date, date diff, date diff, uh, current date, and let's remove it. Let me just simply pass this to. Or rather, let me pick it up from here. Not put it from here. Okay, it's a 3 years gap. Okay, it's minus because it's this. I mean, minus this. I mean, subtracting the. This is the first one. This is the second one. That's why it's a minus. Let me put 17. Okay, so this kind of date difference is there. So as per the thing, you can calculate. I mean, the number of ages the particular student is having. Okay, so this kind of stuff we can quickly go ahead. I mean, easy calculations and all on top of date functions if we need to do in larger scale in our enterprise solutions and all. Okay, so till now, any doubt from anyone?
The output will be count of days, right?
Count of days, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I just picked up some. There are lots of function. If you're just I mean onboarded in any project or those are not required for daily purpose. That's why even we can forget the thing. I am a developer as well. I'm working on top of data engineers. Just based on our work experience, some things we just worked. Suppose we are receiving the requirement from the client or maybe product owner. So those kind of minute changes or to made some changes, we can get those functions handy or we can check it Google. What is the thing? Some things we never worked before as well. It's like, let me show you how many data functions are there. Let me search in Google. Okay, this dev MySQL. This is MySQL own documentation. You can also check this thing. Okay, date diff that I showed you, date add, particular date you can add. Okay. Uh, this kind of stuffs. Second, minute, hour you can extract from the timestamps as well. Or those, I mean, in the left hand pane, you can see lots of thing is there. And this is the official documentation of dev MySQL. You can also learn that particular stuffs. But a simple one, the general one, you can quickly learn. And that should be same. I mean, maybe the particular syntax is not same for other databases and all. But it's just like in the current date. Over here, I can check the system date by the current date function. Current time, it should be returning. I mean, with current timestamp, I can get now. I mean, what is the current data, I mean date and timestamp as well. So there are some, I mean in Oracle, it should be sysdate, just like this. Okay. So there are lots of, I mean, syntactical change, but the concept is same for different database that I spoke to you earlier as well. But lots of different kind of functions you can, I mean, check it from website as well. But the main fundamental things you just have to learn. This is been soluble, I mean, solvable by this function or not. Whether we need to, I mean, check any other things. So this kind of stuff you can quickly understand if you have the basic ideas. Okay. Later you just need to check you want to do with this kind of stuff, whether you can use these functions or not. Okay. Or maybe you have some limitation of knowledge of some functions. Might be you are using the same stuff with using multiple functions, two or three functions on top of one another. Okay. But the same things can be done with a single function. So this kind of stuffs you can quickly learn by visiting those pages if it is required for your any project purpose. But you are learning the thing in MySQL. Suppose you got the project on Teradata. So some syntactical changes there. Maybe some functions are very less because this is very old tool. MySQL for Teradata might not be this many functions are there. But you can work with the basic functions, and on each of them, in top of each function, we can implement another function to get our desired result. So that thing you can, I mean, get knowledge after brushing up your own experience on particular tool, and you can check it from the website and others and your experience as well. Okay. Okay. I'm just going ahead with the basic stuff, which is very popular as well. I mean, and that should be useful at your enterprise solutions. So the next topic is conditional statement. Why it's conditional statement? Actually, we just have gone through the select query. No such conditional implementation over here. It's like we are directly think select star from student. Let me put some conditional implementation. I just checked. I was thinking something. So based on, let's do one thing. Based on marks, okay, let's create a new column called grade. So uh, just like whoever is receiving more than 220, they should be receiving grade A. Who is having 200 to 220 marks, then that should be grade B. Uh, More than 150 to 200, grade C, and after that, grade D. So this kind of stuff we can quickly align. So we can use case or if else statement in our select query, and we can generate a new column as well. Okay, so this is for a good example. I mean, I can show you a quick hands-on. Just like let me put everything, or, or don't fetch everything. Let me put only class roll number. first name. No need to put last name. Mark. What I'm putting. Yeah. Over here, the fifth column, I'm just applying the conditional logic to get the grade. So the case statement should be there. Case when mark greater than 220. So this kind of things we have to treat right over here. Then A is a string, that's why it should be within single quote. Mark less than 220, we put greater than equal. And we copy the entire stuffs. Okay, we can put an else command as well. Else D. So we have to end the thing. End keyword should be there. And alias it as the column name. Okay. So entire calculation should be there inside the grade column. There's a new column being introduced as we are aliasing the thing as grade. So this is the structure. Let me put it down. Otherwise, I cannot see it properly. Yeah, something I'm missing over here. Okay, from student. I think that is understandable. This is kind of conditional logic I just implemented on top of mark column. Something is missing roll number. I have put wrong way. Sorry for that. Yes. So this is the quick way we can, put the grade system. I didn't go ahead with the subquery. I can do the thing in the subquery as well. I can calculate it and again push it back to main query. But this is the simplest way. In the same query, we can quickly go ahead in this way. So sir can, the principal can tell us, we can tell the principal or someone can tell why you haven't put the grade to us. Or the good developer can say, tell me the logic, I can implement with my own. Okay, so this kind of stuff we can quickly go ahead by our own. Okay, so any issue, any doubt till now? Yeah, hopefully no. So this is the conditional statement, and we can see a lots of usage of this kind of stuffs. Actually, while working in the enterprises, we have to use lots of flags. Okay, suppose a particular employee is active or not. So this kind of flag, active flag. So lots of flags, well, just like Boolean flag, true, false flag. We need to implement lots of columns of this kind of stuffs based on some existing column. So this kind of conditional statement we need to use there. Just we need to confirm what kind of business logic we need to implement there. Okay. Going ahead with the next topic, analytical functions. So those are some analytical functions, and those are also called the Windows function as well. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Let me remove the stops. Yeah, I chosen those three because those are very much important, and you might have get questions. What is the difference between two and these three? I mean, the particular functionality is same for this kind of stuffs. I mean, all of those are being used for using rank. Okay, based on particular columns, and based on particular columns, we can put this analytics. Suppose on top of mark, we can we want to generate a rank. Okay, between the students. So this particular analytical function is very much useful, but each of the rank function is different. Um, I mean, the Danes rank, there is a particular purpose of using Danes rank over rank. So this kind of stuff is there. I can quickly explain and you can understand with, I'll be just giving you some example as well, where we are using this kind of stuffs. Then that should be clearly understandable. Okay. So let's go ahead with the rank thing. I mean, rank, a new column rank on top of marks. Okay, we can directly use those functions. So select, I have deleted that one, correct? Let me pull the last query. Yeah, that should be helpful. Let me delete that stuff. Okay, how the rank should be there. So first use row number. Okay, how the syntactic thing is there. Row number functions, then over within brace. We have to sort the column. I mean, on particular, we'll be sorting the data set, and after sorting, it should be, I mean, we need to sort it proper way. Either it should be descending or ascending based on particular marks or anything. And based on that, we'll be imposing the rank. Okay. So that's the thing, order by marks. You can alias the thing over here as rank, student rank. Let me. Okay. So I can get the rank in this way. Okay. Over here, we can see uh, the same number is having just like 215 and 215. We just sorted on top of mark only. Okay. Now, 215 and 215, both the number are same, but it has chosen this one is sixth rank and this one is seventh rank, and 230, 230, this kind of stuffs. So to remove this kind of conflicts or to take a decision who should be having rank 1, rank 2, that's why the other functions are coming into places, just like rank and dense rank. Okay. Let me just quickly type it over here. One more thing. So over here, I just put the rank thing on top of every mark, but actually it should not be. I mean, we are getting some rank at class 3. I'm getting some, I should be getting some rank at class 4 level. So every student cannot be in a single ranking position. That's correct. So that is why that particular functions is also been used. That is called Windows functions. One of the names of these functions are Windows functions. Why? Because we can split the data set with some partition and implement the same function again on top of that, and it should be working fine. So here the new concept is coming. What is partition? Partition means I mean splitting the particular data set with our own choice on top of some columns on or top of multiple columns combination. Okay. So here we are partitioning the column, I mean partitioning the database based on classes first. Just like we need to put the keyword within the same braces, I can put partition by partition by column name. Which column I'll be partitioning? Class. I'll be partitioning by class, then I'll be order by mark. Let me run this thing. I'm doing the same stuffs, just partitioning the thing by class. Then I can see class 3 has been, we are putting the student rank on top of class 3 student, just like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So that's why those kind of rank, dense ranks are called Windows functions as well. They are working on top of data set splition. We can split the thing, we can split in window for those data set. And on top of that, we can also work. That's why those are Windows functions. Okay. But the same issue is there as well. We can see for class 3, we have 230 marks for Ajay and Vipul, but one is having rank 2, another one is having rank 3. This is illogical. At the annual result, both of the student is having same marks, but we are having two different rank to them. That's why this is row numbers limitation. Okay. So we can use rank instead of that. Let's see what is rank and what is dense rank. Each of them is having a difference of functionality. And this kind of questions may come if you are facing an interview or anything. What is the difference between dense rank and rank? Okay, let me put this. Okay, so let me put rank over here. And let's check the change. I'm updating rank only instead of row number. Okay, so we can see for class 3, 230, 230, Bipul and Ajay, they are getting same rank, rank 2. Okay, and as the rank 2 has been captured twice and we have 4 students, so we are not imposing rank 3 to anyone. We are directly going to rank 4 to Rona in third standard. The same thing for all the classes. For 215 over here for Mukesh, fourth standard. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry. So I'm back. Uh, what I was saying? Yes. So this rank thing, just to year giving proper rank over there with having the same marks. Okay. But the third rank is missing over here as two students have already getting the second rank position, but we have total 4 students for rank, over here. So we are giving fourth rank to them. Okay. And this is the only difference with dense rank. Dense rank, we will be not missing any rank. Okay. Only difference with rank and dense rank. In rank, we can miss the particular rank. Suppose we are achieving multiple students in a single position, then one position will be missed. Rank 3 will be missed. We will be having rank 4 only. This kind of stuff. But dense rank, it's the same thing. We will be not missing any rank. Okay. So it should be in this way. So any doubt what we have just learned? But this is very important. Based on you, if you are facing any new interview and all, those kind of questions they can ask difference between them. Dipti, any questions from your side? I'll be just asking one questions from all, to all of you. Uh, okay. Yeah, Dipti, you are there. So in our, school ranking system, what kind of ranking we are, we used to see? Row number rank or dense rank? If anyone is having any idea,
Obviously, that's right.
dense rank, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should not be missing anything. Now, if we are just using Olympics, if you are just checking Olympics, in this last year, we can see there was an event that is called high jump. Okay, in high jump, two people finished first. There are only three positions, three medals available. Two positions, two particular people finished first, and the rest person didn't get the second position. So in the podium finish, two persons was, receiving the gold medal. There was no silver medal, and one person received the bronze medal. That is which kind of ranking system? That is rank. Okay. Okay. This is the difference, but this is very simple example. You will be receiving lots of this kind of stuff in your um, particular enterprise scenario. So what kind of scenario you should be facing? So you can be receiving lots of product code based on, the same product. Maybe you are working in a pharmaceutical company. Okay. So new tablets or new pharmaceutical product has been launched. So something has been just modified, some component or something has modified to the thing. So you need to, how we are doing that thing? We are just checking the launching date, and we are putting some rank on top of the product, and we are choosing the latest rank. So this kind of stuffs, we are imposing an rank, and on top of that, we are again doing a select query, and we are choosing the last, available rank. Just putting a where clause, where rank equal one. We are choosing only one product that time. So this kind of steps rank is very much helpful. Order by thing, sorted by thing, they can only sort, but they will not help us to choosing or putting a rank to choose in the next clause what particular data to be chosen. But rank or this kind of stuffs, this might be playing a key roles for this kind of things over here. If anyone is having experience in Snowflake database, or if you're just going to go with this kind of stuffs, there is a functions called qualify, which plays the same role. Okay, qualify. Sorry, yeah, which plays the same role just like rank, but the thing is different. But the keyword is different, but plays the same role, and we need to pick. That should be helping us picking up some records, recent records or oldest records. What is required, or we can get the second rank student, third rank, fourth rank. Just we just have to implement the rank, and after that, the next query you can choose the particular ranking student or ranking product or anything. Okay. Okay. So we have covered almost everything. Yeah. What are, till now we have covered DDL, DML, DQL, select query. No more select. I'll be just going ahead. The basic stuffs we already covered. There are lots of advanced level stuffs as well. Later you can learn the thing. Maybe when you are just entering into particular company or anything, any interviews you have already cracked. We're doing that stuffs by having those experiences and all. And just I'll be covering those two things quickly, DCL and TCL, one by one. Okay, so first coming to TCL, because DCL is totally, if we are managing anyone managing database side, database administrator or just like this, then the DCL is necessary for them, granting permission, revoking permission. I'll be coming to DCL later. Let me cover this TCL quickly. TCL is called Transaction Control Language. So whatever query we are writing on the query editor, we are making a transaction on top of data. Okay, but we can control the same thing by using those particular commit, save point, rollback. Okay, let me give you a quick example. So today what we have done, what new thing I have done. So today I have just created date of birth and inserted those particular date, updated those particular date over here, and do some manipulation on top of select query, this kind of stuffs. Now suppose my database is logged off. Suppose I disconnect it, or I can close the software itself. Let me disconnect it. Okay, I'm opening it again. Let me fire the query. I can see date of birth is null because all the transaction has lost. Okay, but we can see date of birth is already there. This particular column is been created. The column is not been dropped. Okay, but all the transaction has lost. So what is the thing appears over here? Particular, here is the, transaction control language will be playing the key role over here, just like saving a thing. So the first thing is commit. Commit means saving that particular stuff, saving the transactions into a database. Commit keyword is there. So just you need to execute the commit keyword. Means you are saving that data. There is in most of the tools as well, the recent tools, they are giving some buttons for committing. This is the commit button. Okay. So if I just inserting those records or updating that records and then click on commit, then the data should be committed. It should not be erased after opening that thing. Okay. Now the thing is why the date of birth has not been removed. This column. I just added this thing as well in today's session only. Why this is the reason? Because DDL is auto committed. DDL is auto committed. DML is not auto committed. We need to commit it. Some database they have the default commit option. Okay. And some database, they do not prefer default commit option. It's totally depends on the developer. Because a particular database, maybe there are lots of developers is working in a single database, the same database, maybe same table they are working. They are working on top of table, they are changing something or just like this, but they just committing it when that is required for future. Okay, so that's the concept of commit. But if we are just changing in table structure in tabular level, so that is auto committed because DDL language is auto committed. But DMLs, it's like inserting the thing, deleting the thing. Uh, Even we can delete the thing. If we just log off and log in, then we can find the thing again. Because I did not commit the delete portion. Okay. And there is another two thing. There are, save point and rollbacks. So what are the things? Let me go ahead with one by one. The things are understandable to everyone.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So save point and rollback. Rollback. What is the keyword? Rollback. No space. Sorry, comment banned. Okay. What is save point? So, while doing the lots of queries or lots of DMS statement, I can put some save points, just like flagging the thing. When we are doing the thing, we can bookmark something. So we can do the same thing over here. Okay. Just like insert into table or updates. Let me update. While inserting, I have to insert lots of things. Update mark equal to 50 where update table that mark to 50 where first name Ajay. Okay. Let me do a save point over here. I can type save point and give a save point name. Suppose S1. Okay. Let me update something more. Let me check. Okay, I haven't committed it. Okay. So 250 has been updated. Then let me update it Rajesh number. Rajesh has reviewed the result and he got 3 points extra as well. So let me pick it. Same thing. Rajesh received 198, 2 points extra for Rajesh. Let me update the thing. Let me. Okay. Now let me check the database. I'll be receiving the updated one. In that instance, I didn't delete, disconnect the database. So I can see Rajesh 198 and 250. Now I have the rollback option. Suppose I have done some wrong thing or I need to roll back from that particular save point. Okay. So I can use the rollback keyword there. Roll back to, okay, caps lock was on, but no need to worry because it's case sensitive. Sorry. Roll back to S2. So I'm just roll back to S2 means, uh, yeah, I need to do some changes. Otherwise, I cannot see the rollback to S2. Let me change something. Something more. Okay. Mukesh, I have changed Partho. Let me change Partha. Something. 200. Okay. So I'm putting a save point as well. S3. Now check the database. We have three changes. I mean, there is some scrutinized result on top of the last result. Ajay's result has been increased for, I mean, it is currently having 250 numbers. Ajay is having 250 numbers. Then Rajesh is having 198 and Partha. Partha is having 200 marks. Okay. Now I just want to roll back to a particular position. I'm just go to roll back into H2 position, then this particular thing will be omitted from the database. That's it. That is the concept. We are controlling the transactions over here. So the command is rollback to keyword, then the particular save point number. Just executing this. So I'll be missing Sparthus 200. Let me quickly check it. I'm executing the thing. Where is Partha? Yeah, 180. But 250 and 198 will be same. If I just roll back to any other thing, S1 or this kind of stuffs, then this kind of, I mean, we'll be getting that particular bookmark. Okay, so hopefully I'm understandable. So save point is we are saving some instance. I mean, we are putting or pointing the thing as a name, as a save point name. There, when it's time for rollback, so that save point should be helpful. But if I just commit everything at the end, then it should not be working. It should be committed to database. That means that should be saved. Okay. Any doubt from anyone?
The functionality of save point and commit are same, right?
Sorry, didn't get it. Diti, can you please a bit louder?
The functionality of save point and commit both are same, right?
No, commit should be permanently saving it. So if I am save point is just yeah, the same thing, temporarily storing the thing and putting a save point name, I mean number. Okay. Just like while doing the rollbacking thing, I can omit that particular thing, Partha update. Okay, that last update. But for commit, if I just execute commit, then I cannot roll back to again to that point. So rollback, I mean, commit is, I mean, the priority of commit is higher. Okay, only this difference.
Okay, got it.
This is purely developer. I mean, when we'll be doing lots of things, and maybe you are designing some PL/SQL blocks, store procedures, and all. So those kind of stuffs are very much useful. Any question from Mayank, Monica, any one of you? You can please quickly ask me. Actually, found lots of people joining earlier. Maybe it was not too many interactive, so some people got dropped off. But I'll be trying to make it interactive one so that it can, I mean, you can enjoy the thing as well. But if there is any drawbacks or any issues, you can quickly ask me, please. Okay. Okay. So today's last topic, just to, I mean, have a quick, just a quick knowledge. DCL. DCL is data control language. So this is totally, if we are specifically working as a data engineer, So we do not have to check that stuffs because in the big enterprises or big sell those companies, they're managing the database is managed by database teams only. Those are called DBAs, database administrators. So suppose you are the person you want to get some access for a particular database. Suppose this database, I am the admin for this database because this has been installed into my system. So I can control this database, or maybe a patching is required for MySQL. I can install the thing from my side. Anyone wants to access this database, I can give them access. I can create some user ID and password by accessing the same thing. I can control the access as well, whether it should they have only having the DML permission or DQL permission or DDL permission. So this kind of permission I can also control from the admin perspective. Okay. But this is specifically from admin perspective. The data engineers, if they are managing the database by their own, if the project is not very big, even the project, I mean, data analytics teams are controlling their own database, then they need to know some of the knowledges of this kind of stuffs. You are giving someone's access, giving someone access, or did not, you are revoking someone's access. You are controlling their access. You can check their last transactions. So this kind of stuffs you can do with your one. So yeah, that can be controlled by this administration tool. But as per the data engineer team, we should not use that stuffs. I'm assuming so, almost 90% sure. We just have to go ahead with the data. I mean, playing with the data only. We just need the access. Which role you need to access, that can be decided from your project. Maybe project. Project master or anyone. They will be telling you whether you have should be having access for the DDL, because now onwards there are DevOps pipeline. So the DDL can be created. I mean, the table can be created. You can write the DDL, but there is no, I mean, you do not have any privileges to create those tables or dropping the table at the database side. Because if you have those privilege, you can drop any other project's table. Okay, if the project our project is having, I mean, those are in the same database, then that should be a risky. So now onwards, or for the audit kind of issue, DevOps pipeline is there, just like Jenkins or this kind of tools are being introduced over there. They are deploying the code automatically. I mean, they are creating the table automatically. But this kind of manipulation, data manipulation or DMS part, that can be in our control. I mean, developers control in dev environment, obviously. So this kind of stuffs, I mean, you can learn if you are just onboarded in any of the project or anything. And on top of that, you need to raise request. You need to raise ticket to the DBA team, and they will be giving you this kind of access or this kind of stuffs or any kind of help. So just those are called those kind of thing is called data control language. They're just granting permission with some grant keyword, grant privileges and revoke. To revoke, I mean, what privileges has given, they can revoke it. Just like grant, then particular role name. Revoke the role name, and they need to execute the same thing. Okay. So just a quick heads up, what is DCL? Just that's why I just covered this thing in this slide. Okay. So basically, those are all the languages just we covered. Earlier, I just showed you that particular graph, what is there in SQL, and we covered everything. If maybe I will be cover something tomorrow, just like some quick touch, which is what is store procedures. Those are other database objects. I think Deepthi, you have asked me questions. So, uh, what is index? Index is not been shown over here. The database objects are those. I mean, over here we can see datables, views, store procedures, functions, index. Also, we can see we just go into deeper. Uh, okay, I'll be showing you maybe tomorrow's session with some quick examples on other database objects, and we can move on to Python tomorrow. Okay, so hopefully there is no doubt today. If there is anything, we can quickly discuss tomorrow's sessions. And okay, that's all for today's session. Then thanks everyone. Bye bye. Have a great day.